a lady very strong in business, there's a point you're too much for people. You're too ambitious, you're too smart, you're too intelligent. It happens that you're too much, but you still inspire so many people. That too much is something for many. And being too much means being assertive, speaking your voice. This is Farhia Jama, the author of Your Entrepreneurship Journey, and this is my story. Farhia Jama. I am the Senior Managing Partner of Holby Training Solution, a company that I established in 2018, and I am a lawyer by profession and a tax specialist. I have a background in law and tax. Then I am a passionate entrepreneur and an author of a book. Actually, this is my first book, Your Entrepreneurship Journey, but I've written 4 other books that are not yet out in the market, and that's who I am in a nutshell. So I've been born and raised in Nairobi, so Bon Town, that's what they say here. So when I started my business, I actually started my business when I was 18 years old back then, when I had finished high school. So at that time, many people thought I was crazy, like, why would someone just finishing high school and starting to think of a business? So I had established a company. It wasn't a company as such, but an organization called Teens Diary Crew. Teens Diary Crew was an empowerment forum for young people who have talents, because I was a young girl who didn't know what her talents were. So I struggled to find my own talents, and I thought maybe I can create a platform where other people can find their talents. So that was like my first business. So I've done like 7 other businesses before I started Holby. And I ventured the other businesses. I had a baking business where I used to sell pizzas, cakes, pies in school when I was in law school. So at that time, I was just doing business for fun, just getting an extra pocket money. And it was just something that I just loved doing. I wasn't like hustling. It's not like I was looking for anything like fees or anything. But my parents didn't know that I was doing it. So when I used to do my classes at 8 a.m. in law school, by 7 a.m. at the tuck shop in law school, I had already supplied my pies. I had people helping out in cooking. So people used to wonder, who does all this work for me, yeah? But yeah, it takes a lot of time to do a business. And you do cakes, people ask birthday cakes. People want pies in school, they don't have anything to eat. Or they would just want snacks, mandazis, mabuyu, all those things. So I just used to bring them, and then I sell it in class, and sometimes out after class. We had a lot of time. So that's the businesses that I did. I ventured into clothes business, this abayas and all this. I've also ventured into selling most of the things that I used to sell. Chicken and agricultural produce. But that was not my business, it was my mom's business, but she was sick, so being a firstborn, you have to take responsibilities that you don't sign up for. So at that time, I was helping my mom, and before I joined university, and so she used to pay me for the things I sell. So like if I sell 100 chicken, I get a commission. If I sell how many skumas and spinach and all that, then I get a commission. That's how I used to do, and I think that's where I learned a lot of entrepreneurship skills. Then I became so passionate. Apart from my legal background and right now tax, I really loved business. I just really loved business, and so that's how I faced a lot of problems in the 7 businesses, because most of the businesses that I did not, grow beyond the small businesses that they were, because I didn't have right skills, I didn't have the right information, you're just doing it, you know how to get the money, you know how to sell, and that's it. So that's where I struggled a lot. I failed in I failed in 7 businesses because they didn't pick up to be what they could have become. So the lessons I learned from that failure in those 7 businesses made me grow and build this final business that I do, which is Holby. Holby Training Solution is a platform, a social venture that empowers young people in marginalized communities to access skills education for economic empowerment. So I'm an economic advocate. I advocate for economic empowerment, because without money, where would you be surviving? I mean, we don't have a life without money, and we don't want to, accept that. So I think that's where I started economic empowerment trainings, skills, because I learned skills and I found my talent. So I wanted to ensure you don't sit on a talent, you're practicing all your talents and you're doing something about it. So if it's a God-given talent, that you need to use it to help other people. So that's where my inspiration of my first book came about, because I knew what a young person at 18 was struggling to do business, was struggling with. So I was like, if I was struggling like this, there's so many other people who started business here in Nairobi and here in Kenya who have no one to mentor. And when you see here in Kenya, actually also in Africa, the aspect of you starting a business is something new to people. Like, people think like this is not something you should be doing. You should be in school getting a job, so you're not supported in the long run. So that's why I wrote a book to inspire any other young person at whatever age, or even if you're coming from a marginalized community. For example, I am coming from a marginalized community, and getting an education is a privilege that people don't understand. Like, in my own maybe community, not community as such, but just my family line, maybe I'm the only lawyer, or I am the only, maybe the second generation who's educated. So you can imagine, like, all the other generations who have not been educated, if I grow, I have to grow back and help my community or my whole family to, like, educate your cousins, to educate your further relatives, because you've gotten a privilege that not many people can get. So that's even now, if you go to Northeastern, getting education is very hard, and sometimes teachers will strike, some will not come there, for all the reasons that they don't come. So that's why I am in this space. Maybe I can inspire other people. Maybe I can improve the lives of that other person who wants to come in this forum, so that they will understand someone else made it, and someone can do it. Someone has written a book, then now that aspect. So the challenges I faced actually before even writing the book and just starting a business was lack of support. Like, everyone was just against what you're doing, because it's not something new. It's not something that they're used to. It's something new that you're doing. So first, I lacked support from home as well. Like, the first time, they were like, you're supposed to be a lawyer, not a businesswoman. I mean, we've paid fees and you've gone to law school. You need to be a lawyer, not stop distracting yourself. So I was being told, like, I am just all over. Like, some people tell me you're over ambitious at first. Like, I think my head teacher told me that. But I was like, I just want to do something. When you're innovative and creative, it's not easily taken by people. So lack of support, people also against me. My friends were also, some friends were supportive, some were not supportive. And I remember when I was in law school, people used to make fun. Are you raising fees for school or something? Why are you selling things in law school? That kind of feeling. So when I was writing the book, I was in KSL, Kenya School of Law. For a lawyer, the hardest stage in the legal career. And that time I had a lot of things on my plate. Like, I'm in school, the clients want the book, the clients want me to go for training, and I have to be in school as well. There's so much things going on, there's projects, we normally have oral exams. So like I almost lost it. Like, I was getting it to a point I'm getting a burnout because I never used to sleep at night, because now I have to write the book. I still have to study till maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m., go to school in the morning. Sometimes I'm late for class. Then sometimes I'm in the car or in the matatu, and I have to keep on editing and publishing the book because I'll never get time. Time is like the most precious thing. So those are the challenges I face. So me and my friend, who's the co-author of the book, she used to help me a lot. So she will do half, I'll do half. By the time we are editing, of course, people used to make fun of us. Some will be like, what is this thing you're doing? It will never make it. It's like you selling onions on the road. Like, I think we've been told a lot of, people have mocked us, people have made fun of us. They thought we were being crazy. So I told my friend, like, there's a time we were going to give up because I had already finished the book. It was about to be published. But then now the publishers are returning the book. They're like, we are not going to accept this because of there's some fonts, small details. So they were about to reject the book because of that. And I was like, I'm done. I've just given up on this book. And then the next morning I asked my brother, please just help out, because I didn't know what design is. I just have content in my head, and my friend has her own content, so we bring together. I don't know all these other aspects. You have to know what's a margin, what's a bleed. Bleed is like this part of the book, like how it's supposed to look, like how do you want your front pages to look like. I didn't know all that. I don't know. I remember I was just clicking. I didn't know even if it will be in this color or something, because you're being asked questions about a book that you don't know. So I had to like read how to publish a book, read again where I can publish. Publishers were even rejecting to help us because of course we are young people. We used to walk in town, back where Nairobi University is. So the whole place we were just walking, entering each and every publisher around there, like those people, so that they can accept our book. Some of them were refusing, like you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement that if they print your book, that it will never be disclosed to the public where it can be released. So they refused to sign that. We don't have editors to do. So imagine you're writing your book, you're editing it yourself, you're self-publishing it yourself. It was just hectic, but when it went through, I actually just cried, because I remember it was like 4 a.m. I was like, oh, thank God it has gone. And this year is when now the book, we had published in States. So even shipping the book to here needed money. So imagine you're buying your own book and it's your book. Yeah, of course there's author's copies because we published with Amazon. So now it was so hard, like the shipping cost, you have to look for that shipping cost too, because clients are asking you need like 30 to 40 orders that you need to supply, and you don't even have stock. So you're like, okay, guys, wait, we're gonna bring in the next shipment. That's it. So, cargo, you have to pay for all those things. So there's a lot of expenses involved. Challenges happen in business, but these days what I've told even my colleagues and friends, I'm like, let's see what happens when you go. Let's just keep on pushing.
Yeah, true.
Because these days you don't know what's gonna happen. You're just taking the risk. And then let's see how it happens. I have like a special mentor that I actually just met this year. I went for a program, then I met her. She's called Ivy Mobingo. I know you're gonna watch this, but she took the role of taking care of me through the whole journey. Like, she used to push me, like every morning at 8 a.m. she'll call, we have a meeting. In the evening, she'll have long talks with me till 10. She'll keep on pushing me, you're growing, keep on pushing, you're doing the right thing. Sometimes I don't even know which kind of decisions I should be making. And you see, when you're a young person, you need like a role model or a figure that you can look up to. So with her connections or with her knowledge, she will guide me on decisions, because I'm like, I'm supposed to be taking this route or this route. What am I supposed to be doing? I don't even know what to do. So she will guide me on that. Like, she took and invested her time to help me through. Sometimes I'll give up and I'm just crying, and she's like, you've come all this way, you can't just give up here. Yeah, whatever you're gonna do, that book has to be published, and when it's published, I want to be the first one to buy it. You know, getting that someone who's telling you, listen, you're gonna publish this book, and I'm the first person, I want to buy your book. Yeah, so that is actually a good motivation for a writer, because you remember those things as you write, or when things become tough, so you keep on pushing. It's not an easy journey. Because you need to devote your time, your energy. There are days that you're not even in the moods of writing. So getting someone to push you and remind you, like, you have a deadline, you have a goal to meet, you have a timeline for this. Yeah. So by the end of the month, you have to achieve it. Like, that person is very crucial in that aspect. So Ivy, thank you so much for pushing me through writing this. I had already written the book, but the aspect of pushing me to the final, because there's a time you're giving up in the middle. So I really appreciate. Mentors are very important, and yeah. So my role models are a bit diverse. I got to be one of the most, privileged girl in law school, because I got mentored at every point of every place I went to. So first, my role models will begin, of course, with my parents, because my parents were entrepreneurs from day one. So every time I used to see them doing business, every time they will teach me how to do the business, or put me in a situation where I have to learn the business skills. So they became role models for me. And then also they used to be, my mom is a lecturer, and then my dad is an entrepreneur. And so he also used to write before. So I remember even my fees in high school, he used to write articles and raise fees for me. So them coming from an educational aspect, like my mom being a lecturer and my dad being a writer, already also motivated me to be a writer as well, because I'm like, okay, people can, write things and get it to the public. So they coached me all through and helped whenever I needed help, like even that support as a young person to write. And also my role model, I had my mentor from law school. She's called Professor Patricia Kameri Mbote. And then also I had a mentor in the previous law firm that I worked in. He's called Mr. Omoke. He was my supervisor. So he used to guide me on a lot of things that I need to learn. Also my current boss in the law firm also is called Mr. Ali. So he coached me since I was in school first year. So first year till when I'm finishing school until I get employed in his law firm, all those 5 years I was still being mentored by different people in different fields. Also Mrs. Sumaya Atmani, she's my model for also another 5 years, because we have had a foundation of girls where we used to look up to ladies who are in the corporate world. What are they doing with their life? And actually now I thought I need to stay in touch with them, and also they shaped how I think. Because you see, when you're told, when you hang out around successful people, you end up being one of them because of the virtue of association. Yeah. So hi, my book is this. This is Your Entrepreneurship Journey. Why we wrote Your Entrepreneurship Journey is we wanted this book to be like a guide for entrepreneurs, like your journey in entrepreneurship. What do you have, like a toolkit that will guide you? So in this book, what we were writing, it's not about a story, it's like an educative book. And in this book, we have like different chapters, like what are the qualities you need to become an entrepreneur, like can you build those qualities, any skills you need, how you develop an entrepreneurial mindset from a younger age, and how do you ensure like your skills align to how an entrepreneur thinks. Because when normally, the way you're told, for you to become a lawyer, you have to have these requirements. But you see, for entrepreneurship, there's no requirements for you. It's all about you, your creativity and your innovation. And then it also teaches you how to do financial planning. Where do I start getting the money to start a business? How do I start saving? So the things that you need to start the business, how to maintain it, how to become innovative, how do you have customer satisfaction, and the incubation stage, and the aspect of there's something called design thinking, where how do you come with a product, how do you develop a product that is suitable for a customer and all that. So it's like a guidebook, like that book, you know, the way you have the Bible or the Quran as your guidebook in life, like that is the kind of book that we wanted to develop for people. And then now we've shared also stories of people as well, so that you can see, okay, you're not alone in this journey and someone else has done it before. So, and then we made sure like it's very short, like someone can go through it in a night or can have it in their house and they're like, okay, let me go back to this chapter because it's applying in this stage of my business. So we just needed to ensure like it's very sufficient and it can equip someone. Even if you're not educated, we made it even simple, even if it's a kid or any person from the marginalized communities who has not accessed education. Yeah, it's very simple, like a simplistic book that is very easy to understand. That's what we made it. So, and yeah, so where we're available, so we actually have platforms, Holby Training Solution. You have to pre-order the book. It takes like 21 days for shipment. By the time the book is here, then now we call you and then we let you know your book is ready, and then so the book actually is going for 2,300. On Amazon you'll find it for 1,600. 900 is for shipping costs by the time it's brought here to Kenya and all that. So that's how the book is all about, and we hope to see you guys buying the book. And if you're an entrepreneur, you don't have to struggle anymore and looking for people who will never share information. Yeah, so now we're sharing the information so you can be successful as well.
Yes, your journey to entrepreneurship.
Yes, it is. In the next 5 years, I see myself establishing a hub in Africa where we will have entrepreneurs hub, ensuring like every African who's an entrepreneur has a home to go to. So that's my future plans, and I see myself as a prominent advocate, economic advocate for Africa, and I'll ensure like policies are streamlined to favor the African entrepreneurs. That's where I see myself. I am waiting for my license to become a full advocate, and let's hope in the next 1 year I'll be done with. Yeah. I know many people ask me if I will be opening my law firm. Yes, it's part of the bigger vision, and I see myself opening a law firm, and the law firm will be advocating for entrepreneurs with business. Commercial businesses will be coming to my law firm. Yeah. How I want to motivate the people from my community is by standing out and coming out, because like being a female hijabi in entrepreneurship is already an inspiration at this age. So many young people in our communities, when they see you're educated, you'll have an influence. They're already looking up to you. So going to spaces where we have not gone, where we have not done something about it, is a big inspiration for our community. It challenges them to also learn, become educated, and become something in life. So I know if I go back to our community, I will have inspired a lot of people. Yeah, there's a point when you're a lady, very strong in business, there's a point you're too much for people. You're too ambitious, you're too smart, you're too intelligent. It happens that you're too much, but you still inspire so many people. That too much is something for many. And being too much means being assertive, speaking your voice, saying what needs to be done, changing things. That's what they call too much. Being ambitious, you have too many ideas, you're a lawyer, you're studying too much. When are you going to stop? Can you just stay home and become a wife or something? Yeah. So for those people who have been told they're too much, keep on going, keep on being what they're telling you not to be, because people are afraid of you becoming the full version of yourself. People are afraid of you when they see you becoming successful and they're not planning to grow. And that's insecurities from their end, which you can never control. You just need to keep going. They'll give up on the way and then they'll start supporting you. Yeah.
So what are your hobbies?
Yeah, so I am very adventurous, and I know when people see me, they are always thinking that this girl is such a busy lady or very book oriented. No, I'm very adventurous. I go for hiking for fun. I go for trips. I actually play tennis. I play basketball sometimes. Football, I actually like football. So whenever I'm free, I like doing those engaging activities, like ensuring that at least you're fit for the body. And then also sometimes creativity comes when you're doing hobbies. It doesn't come like if you're a writer, you need to be maybe in a forest, in a museum somewhere, so you can get some inspiration. So it doesn't come when you're in a locked room. So I like open space ecosystems. So I like just going for these activities and playing, and then now getting inspiration, and then now looking for something to write about. I also do poetry. I've not told you that I'm collecting a collection of all my poems so that it can also be released. So I do it for fun whenever I am at a quiet place. I can write like a poem, and I miss us doing spoken word in high school. I don't know if we can still do, but I actually go to the theater and just go and watch, poets and spoken word artists, and I actually really enjoy it. So those are my hobbies, and actually had fun doing that. Yeah. For me, I don't know who's watching this, but I know if you're an entrepreneur and you're stuck somewhere at home, either you're unemployed or you're a young person still doubting themselves. So my word for you is, it doesn't matter the age you are, where you are coming from, your background, or the economic status that you're in. All you need to do is just start. Whenever you have an idea of any business idea, and this is what I tell even my trainees, that you don't need to start thinking of the capital. You need to start thinking of what value are you bringing. Most of the businesses that I was doing, half the time I did not even need the capital. All I need to tell is, hi, how are you? You're my friend. Can you buy this product? Tell them to pay down payment. I know I don't have the cash, but when they pay me the money, I go and buy the stock, and then now. So I think most people have a very big misunderstanding of if you want to start a business, I need capital. You don't even need capital. You need value. You need something that people can buy. Like when I wrote this book, half the time I just needed a place I can write. I used to write on the book first, then now type it, and then now a book came about. You see, where was the money used? No, I didn't use any money. So the challenge here in Kenya and in Africa is because we're not very entrepreneurial, and the school system has taken away our innovative and creativity. So we're afraid. We're afraid to try something out. We're afraid to do something on your own risk, because you're like, what will people think about me? So I am here to remind you that whatever people think about you is nothing, because they won't feed you, they won't, provide for you. It's about you to make a decision. It's about you to take that action. It's about you to jump. And half of the times, many people say that, was I afraid? Yes, I was afraid every single point, even today. I have projects coming up, I have challenges coming up. I'm always afraid, but I don't allow the fear to take over me. I take advantage of it. So whenever I am afraid, I am nervous, I'm like, let me jump. It's like you going for swimming. Whenever you're going for swimming, you're like, I don't know how to swim, but you just jump in the pool, right? The same way in business. Once you jump is when you learn. So take every step as a challenging situation, and now use it to your advantage. Propel yourself from there, grow yourself. And for those who want to write books, you have an idea of everything you want to write. just start journaling and writing on a rough book or any diary you have or a journal. Then just collect the ideas. What I did, I was just collecting them for a while. But then when I started publishing was in 2019, when a client said, you have so much information, I want you to share it. And I was like, I have not planned to write a book, but we want it. So look at an aspect of what can you share with the world. Your story is unique, your story is different. So if you want to be a writer, what you need to do is just start taking a book and collecting the information as you wish. You will always get an editor. I wasn't good in English. I'm good in English speaking, but English writing was a challenge. So if I was to stop at that, I will never have done anything. So I took the challenge. I had my colleague Caroline, who's the co-author of the book. She's good in English. There are people who are good in something you're not good at. So when she was co-authoring with me, I was like, that's your area. But for me and for you, let's just bring our ideas together. And then also teamwork is very important. If you find people who can work with you smoothly without any challenges, take that opportunity and work with them. Grow with people, don't grow alone, because it gets lonely as you grow. So grow with people, jump and take the action. Taking action is what puts you ahead of the game. Grab every opportunity, apply for any project, even though you think you're young or you're not yet achieved, just grab it. You never know where it's leading you to. So I wish you all the best and see you soon.
Thank you.